Hello and welcome to my garden. Today is another day of preparation for spring. And actually I have a lot of seeds to start, but that's gonna be for another day. Today I'm gonna be dealing with my pots. I have rather big terrace space here in the cottage garden, and I have quite a number of pots, big pots, small pots. And actually your approach towards this container planting is depending on what kind of plants you have in your pots. So there can be two options. One option that you are dealing with the annual flowers, so you will replant them and refresh your pots annually or seasonally. And another thing that you might have something more permanent. You can have plants like shrubs, like hydrangeas, that's my case, or you can have perennials, or you can have trees. And different plants will need a different approach, and the most important part is to feed them and actually to refresh their soil. So let me show you. So one of the examples of semi-permanent plantings in containers would be this agapanthus. It doesn't have an active growth right now, but I will see the green foliage really soon. So I could add a layer of soil and some fertilizer, and the plant is going to be just fine for the season. And here is another example of agapanthus, and as you can see here, especially here, the soil level has significantly decreased, and I have some weeds here. I don't want you. So I need to refresh the soil in the container, and I need to add it up here. The same goes with this geranium. Probably you can definitely see that the level soil is too low, plus I need to prune it harshly because of our winter damage. And this is the best of this project. I will need to refresh the soil in 2 pots with hydrangeas, and actually the soil level is kind of okay. But when I was planting our fish pond, I saw that, I don't know why, but I started this pot with a big amount of gravel on the bottom of the pot. So now this root ball of these plants are limited to this kind of volume of soil. And we have a really dry climate, we have a really dry conditions, so I want to provide a maximum container for the plants. And running here, we just need to cut back because soil level is okay. And again, the same story with this hydrangea. Oh, violas, they're so nice and cute. So up about here, they're only gravel, and I want it to be soil. And this is kind of controversial question when you need to put into the bottom part of your container, because someone will say gravel or whatsoever to allow water to go through this easily and to allow this nice drainage in your container. But for the cases like mine, with a really dry climate, with a really hot dry climate, you really want to increase the volume for your roots to grow in, and you want to increase the volume of the medium that will suck and keep the water for the plants. Otherwise, they will suffer. Otherwise, you will need to water them constantly. Otherwise, that would be a really nightmare to keep up with all the needs of the plants. So actually another factor would be what kind of soil you're using in your containers. If it's clay and heavy soil, that probably yes, you will need to put a layer of something that will allow better drainage. But it's not my case. I'm using really light medium, allowing water to go straight through it. It absorbs water, but it doesn't help really. And then another thing, again, climate. I have here in the south of France, I have a really dry and hot climate. During summer month, that's a nightmare. So I need to put as much soil in a container as I can, meaning I'm filling all container with the soil. Why I did it in the first place and why I put only soil on the top part and bottom with the gravel, just because I put this container a few years ago when I was just starting this terrace project, and I didn't have a lot of experience with the pots here in this climate. My previous gardening experience comes from more mild and even colder climates with much more rain. And now we're here in the shady part of my garden, and here are the few containers, and as you can see the soil level has dropped significantly, so I will be replanting them and I will show you all the steps that I'm doing. I'm making soil level really high, then it's gonna be nicer, and I won't need to go back and make the same thing again really soon. You see that the level has dropped really significantly, and I can't build up a new layer of compost on top of that because I will bury my plant at all. It's time to get my hydrangeas repotted. Oh, okay. And that's what you actually don't want. A bunch of rocks and not enough planting and growing space for your plants. Yeah, too many rocks, not enough soil. Oh, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is my hydrangea, and then that's root ball, and there's a lot of bunch of gravel. And just for your understanding here, for the comparison, like this is a root ball. Yeah, like this is a root ball, and this is a planter. You see, I'm losing so much space. now it's empty. And now I'm adding fertilizer. And in the very beginning I was trying to make it as less messy as I could, but now I'm like, nah, I just need to finish it. And I'm adding this violas only for the winter time because that makes me to remember to water my plants, because I see like actual living something, not a sticks in my pots, and then it adds a color and some fun. It's a cheap way, but it's working, and I really like these flowers. Okay, one pot is done. Another one to go. And it's time for a simple project, not a heavy one, just to add a few centimeters of soil to the bottom, and that's all. Here is the pot. I have a few stones here in the bottom. They're big to cover a drainage hole, and it's okay, they're not taking too much space, and I will leave them just because why not, but all the rest needs to go. So here are the pots that we've cleaned and lifted and refreshed today. And maybe you won't see a lot of difference from the outside, but there will be a lot of difference from the inside during all season. And now I need to clean the terrace because it's dirty everywhere and put everything in place. And this is gonna be it for today. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and actually just a small reminder again, don't be afraid to get the whole plant out of your pot and to add soil, to add fertilizer, and to refresh efficiently the soil in your containers, even if it's not a new plant, even if it's a shrub, even if it's a tree. You need to do this from time to time, and yes, that's a heavy job. Yes, there's a lot of powerlifting, but we gardeners, we can do this, definitely. So in the next video, I was thinking to do another project with the starting seeds, but now I'm looking at roses many roses here at the back of me, and probably the next video that would be the replanting of roses and maybe dividing some perennials. I don't know, but it's gonna be fun anyway, and there's so much things to do in the garden right now, and yeah, just we need to do this. So thank you one more time, and bye. See you next time. Please like, share, subscribe. See you.